Building on the example we just looked at, we will state a formal rule for testing whether an input-output rule is a function. It's called the vertical line test. I think it's very satisfying geometrically. We simply plot the rule and we check, does every vertical line intersect the plot at most one point? So going back to the example we just saw, for the function on the left, this quadratic function, the vertical line in red here hits the function just one time. And this is true for every vertical line that I draw. So this plot passes the vertical line test. Right? Every vertical line intersects in at most one place. The circle fails, dramatically. In almost every place, a vertical line hits it twice. So this fails. If you pass the vertical line test, you're a function. If you fail the vertical line test, you are not a function. This is a very nice way for the CLEP to test you on whether you understand functions. They'll show you some pictures and say, which of these is a function or which of these is not a function. And the easiest thing to do is just quickly run the vertical line test on each of them and make your decision. So let's look at a few quick examples of how you might have to do this. So let's just draw a few basic functions here. Or rather, potential functions. Some of them may not be. Okay, so for all of these, I'm plotting on the Cartesian plane, the output on the y-axis and the input on the x-axis. So for each of them, I'll just run the vertical line test and see if it's a function. The first example is just a line in the plane. So if I draw some vertical lines, I'm going to see I only hit the function once. So this passes the vertical line test. If I move to sort of my sideways parabola, well, I'm going to see that just like the circle, I'm going to fail because most vertical lines intersect the function 2 times. So this fails because I hit twice here, twice here. Of course, I only need to fail once. Every vertical line needs to intersect the function only once. If there's any line that hits 2 points, you're done. But in this case, most lines hit 2 points, so it's super not a function. Looking up at this one here, it's a bit more complicated. Maybe this is some high degree polynomial, but it appears that every vertical line intersects the function only once. So this also passes the vertical line test. And then I have another strange function in the bottom right that some lines pass the test, but then, for example, this line here fails badly. I hit the function 3 times through that line. So this one fails. So this one is not a function. And this one is not a function. But this one is a function. So this test is fairly straightforward. All you have to do is draw the vertical lines on your plot, but it's a very fast and efficient way to compute whether or not your graph is a graph of a function.